And welcome back. I thought it'd be fun to make a video regarding the Florida housing market. CoreLogic announced a few days ago that Florida was actually ranked #1 in the entire country with home price gains on a year-over-year basis, where prices have increased 29.6% compared to July 2021. So in today's video, I'm going to give you the latest trends we're seeing right now in Jacksonville, Florida, Tampa, Florida, as well as Orlando. And if you guys missed my previous video I posted a few days ago, I made a separate video regarding the Phoenix housing market, as well as Austin, Texas, and Miami, Florida. And for that video, I'll leave a link below for you guys. So let's first talk about Jacksonville, Florida. They're going to be talking about Tampa and then Orlando as well. And I'll include timestamps as well. So if you're only interested in Tampa, Florida, for example, then you can just fast forward to that section of the video. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. I really enjoy making these videos for you guys, especially when I'm talking about different cities in the US, because every housing market's different. So it's nice to see some changes regarding the housing market depending on where you live or depending on the city we're looking at. Anyways, let's look at Jacksonville, Florida, which of course is one of the biggest cities in the state. Let's look at new listings first. They're going to be looking at pending home sales, as well as active listings, and of course, home prices. So in Jacksonville, Florida, new listings are down 18.4% from the same time period last year in 2021. Compare that to the 4 weeks ending July 3rd of this year. They more or less had the same number of new listings from 2021. But ever since then, new listings have been falling greatly and more or less in line with 2019, which, by the way, this blue line's 2019. Obviously, this is 2022, and the orange line here is 2021. So new listings are down 18.4% in Jacksonville, Florida. Let's look at active listings, which of course is housing supply, the total number of houses for sale in Jacksonville, Florida. So right now they have a 11.75% increase of active listings compared to the same time period in 2021. So we have 6,772 houses for sale, so just under 7,000 houses for sale. Compare that to 2019 at this time, they had just over 9,000 houses for sale. So they have far less compared to 2019 and slightly above 2021's levels. So active listings are up 12%. New listings are down though. So let's have a look at pending home sales, which of course is when a home seller accepts an offer from home buyer. Look at this. So pendings have been going down ever since really March of this year and are more or less in line with 2019, but are down 33.46% from the same time period last year, which is pretty eye-opening. So home buyer demand has been decreasing greatly, despite the fact they have more houses for sale compared to 2021. So new listings down greatly, down 33.46%. Let's look at price drops though, because I'm guessing price drops are absolutely through the roof. Well, look at that. Very close to all-time record highs or highs we have not seen since at least 2019. I'm guessing potentially all-time record highs going back at least 10 years though. Anyways, let's go look at this. So for the 4 weeks ending August 28th, the share of price drops is at 10.2%. Compare that to 2021 at this time, the share is 4.1%. So they have approximately or more than double the share of price drops right now compared to the same time period in 2021. This is by week though, so what I really like to look at is altosresearch.com to have a look at the share by month. And this, of course, is in Jacksonville again. The share of price drops right now by month is at 52%. So the share price drops pretty substantial right now. So more or less half of the houses listed for sale right now have had price reductions already. Let's look at the trend this year though. Look at this. So this is for the 7 days ending September 2nd of this year. 52% is the share of price drops right now. But look at this. On April 1st, the share was only 20%. So from April 1st until now, the share has more than doubled. Also, something worth noting here, the share at 52% is far less than 2021 at 32%, and also 2020 at 34%. In pre-COVID, back in September 2019, the share was approximately 46%. So they have more price drops right now in Jacksonville, Florida than they have over the past 3 years. Something else worth mentioning here is that the median rent in Jacksonville, Florida is $1,900 per month. All right, so going back to Redfin's data regarding Jacksonville, Florida, let's talk about home prices. let's look at the median sold price in Jacksonville. So right now, the median sold price is still up 18% from the same time period in 2021, which is pretty remarkable. But going back to the 4 weeks ending July 24th, it was a 23% increase in home prices. So prices peaked at this time right here, where prices were at $379,000. Again, that was the median sold price in Jacksonville, Florida, and now it's at $365,000. So home prices, at least sold prices, have not come down very much in Jacksonville, still up 18%. And back in 2021, at this time, we were up 16%. All right, that was the latest trends in Jacksonville, Florida. Let's have a look at Tampa, though, because there's a lot of changes here as well. So new listings are actually down 5.3% year over year, more or less in line with 2019's levels here, but slightly below 2021. So new listings are down slightly, down 5%. Let's look at active listings, though, which is housing supply in Tampa. Look at that. So active listings in Tampa, Florida right now are up 53%. That's incredible. So year over year, we have 53% more houses for sale in Tampa compared to the same time period in 2021. So they have 12,000 houses for sale right now. In 2019, this time, they had just over 15,000. But back in 2021, it was around 8,000 houses for sale. Now it's 12,000. So far more houses listed for sale right now. Let's look at pending home sales, because if demand is still strong in Tampa, given the fact there's approximately 53% more houses for sale, one would assume that pendings have been increasing, but let's have a look at what's going on there. And take a look at that. Pending home sales are down 20.65%. So they're seeing a huge increase of supply and a huge decrease in contracts being signed between home buyers and home sellers. And that has been more or less in the trend we've been seeing ever since more or less February and March of this year, where the number of pending home sales, the gap between 2021 and this year has been widening. It has been more or less flat over the past few weeks here, or the past couple of months, but still down greatly, down 21% from last year. So clearly home buying demand is decreasing greatly here, because contracts being signed is far less from last year, and we have far more houses for sale. Let's look at price drops, though, because I'm guessing those are going to be through the roof. So price drops right now are at 12.6%. Again, this is on a weekly basis. You have to multiply this by approximately 4. So the share of price drops right now, 12.6%. In 2021, it was only 7.2%. So far more price reductions compared to 2021 and 2019. But interesting to see this trend right here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So for 4 consecutive weeks now, they've had less price reductions compared to the 4 weeks ending July 31st. So in August, the share of price drops has been decelerating. In other words, it's higher than compared to 2021, but has been decreasing ever since then. And let's have a look at altosresearch.com to have a look at the share of price drops by month. So here's Tampa, Florida again. The share of price drops is at 51%. On par with Jacksonville, Florida as well. Let's have a look at the trend, though. So the current levels right now at 51% is far higher compared to April 8th of this year, when the share was only 16.58%. So the share was 17% at the beginning of April. Now it's at 50%. This has been skyrocketing, levels we have not seen in the past several years as well, because at 51%, last year was 38%, 2020 it was 37%, and pre-COVID, back in September 2019, it was 45%. So price drops are through the roof in Tampa. Let's have a look at home prices, though, in Tampa. So look at this. Wow, look at that. I'm surprised. So the median sold price is still up 20% year over year. So the median sold price is at $376,000. The all-time record high, I'm guessing these are all-time record highs, was around $395,000. So prices have come down just a little bit, but still up 20% from 2021. But going back to June and July this year, we had 27% gains year over year. So prices right now are still up greatly from 2021. And also in 2021, at this time, we had a 19% increase in home prices. And back in 2019, the median sold price was approximately $232,000. Now it's $376,000. So by my dumb math, that's a 62% increase in home prices compared to 2019. So if you're a home buyer in Tampa, Florida, yes, it's great to see that the housing market here has been softening. The median sold price is down about $20,000. But when you look at the big picture here, compared to 2019, home prices have absolutely skyrocketed here. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, in Tampa, Florida, the median rent price is at $2,500 per month compared to $1,900 per month in Jacksonville, Florida. So changing gears, let's talk about Orlando, Florida, with their latest housing market update here. New listings in Orlando are down 11.2% year over year, which is pretty interesting because back right here, this is for the 4 weeks ending July 3rd, they were actually up 15% or 14.7%. But now down 11.2%. So new listings are down from last year. Let's have a look at active listings in Orlando, Florida. Active listings are up 37.99%. So they're up about 38% year over year. They have 9,000 houses for sale. In 2021, they had 6,500. In 2019, about 11,000. So active listings are up greatly from last year, but not up as much compared to this time frame right here, where we saw a 40% gain of active listings, and has been more or less plateauing over the past several weeks now. So I'm guessing because active listings have been increasing greatly ever since really April this year, I'm guessing that pending home sales have been decreasing greatly as well. Yep, take a look at that. Pending home sales are down 18% from 2021. It's interesting to see that the number of pending home sales has been more or less flat ever since the 4 weeks ending July 10th of this year. Let's have a look at price drops in Orlando though. So price drops in Orlando, far higher compared to 2019 and 2021. By week, the share is at 9.8%. Compare that to 2021 this time, the share was 5.4%. So a lot more price reductions in Orlando compared to 2019 and 2021. And on altosresearch.com, they're stating the share of price drops is 48%. So approximately 48% of houses for sale right now have already had price reductions. So 48%, compare that to 2021. At this time, it was approximately 35%. And in 2020, it was about 31%. And pre-COVID, back in 2019, it was approximately 48%. So the current levels right now at 48% is more or less in line with pre-COVID levels back in September of 2019. But look at this trajectory, just like these other cities we went over today. But look at this trajectory this year. So the share price drops at 48%, but back in March 11th, the share was only 17%. So the share of price drops has absolutely been skyrocketing ever since then. And by the way, the median rent in Orlando, Florida is $2,400 per month. Okay, let's talk about home prices in Orlando to have a look at what's going on there. So home prices in Orlando, let's take a look at this. So home prices are still up 16%. This is pretty unusual because home prices tend to increase, historically speaking, in the range of 3 to 6% and not 16%. So home prices are still remain very much elevated at $388,000. The peak was $401,000. So home prices have not come down very much, still up 16% year over year. And back in 2021, they were also up 16% when home prices were at $334,000. And back in 2019, the median sold price was only $263,000. Now it's $388,000. In other words, over the past 3 years, home prices have increased about 48% in Orlando, Florida. So comment below with your biggest takeaways from today's video. Also, if you guys got any value out of this video whatsoever, then please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. Hope you guys have an awesome day. I look forward to seeing you on the next video.